Hi Aries, it's Jill. I'm just trying to clear up all my stuff. I have my book here, which I just had to use. How are you? Are you well? This is going to be your reading from the 16th to the 12th to the 16th of February 2018. I'm getting them out a little bit early. I'm doing something new, okay? You will get 2 readings this week. I'm doing something new. I may continue to do it, I may not continue to do it, let's see. But what I'm doing is somebody said to me, why don't you try reading this way? And I've tried it a couple of times. I'm like, yeah, I quite like that actually. But I also like the old way of reading. So I'm going to put it out to you guys. This will be video number 1. And then after I've gone and picked the girls up from school, I will come back and do video number 2. And they're 2 different reading styles. So can you let me know which one you prefer? Okay? So let's have a look and see what we've got for you. I'll be using the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti, and I will also be using the Fairy Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. They will be your cards. I may clarify with something else, I may not. These readings this week, they're just kind of like, yep, we're going to get you to do this now, and we're going to get you to do that now. So it's a massive learning curve for me. Yeah, ooh. Okay, we have the Hierophant. I'm not sure he was meant to come out there, so I'm going to put him to one side. So, Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. And as usual, if you can like, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you want a personal reading, details are in the box below. We have the 9 of Swords. So you may be in your head, and you have the Hierophant. I really should put my legs under the table because it's a really awkward way to sit. Your cards are really slow. Maybe you really are in your heads, my love. We almost had the Ace of Cups come out. Why are you throwing cards? Oh, okay. But the 3 of Swords could be a third-party situation. Could be working with other people. I'm getting... Oh my god, I want my sword back. But I had this before. I had this conversation before. Not conversation, because it's one way, because it's only me. So let me just move my table. I had this conversation before with, I don't know whether it was you or another sign. But it's like, when you have the 10 of Cups, it's ultimate emotional fulfillment, okay? When you have the 10 of Pentacles, it's like the epitome of it, okay? But then we have the Wands, and the 10 of Wands is being overburdened, okay? But Wands are also like messages, and they're also kind of actions and drive and passion and all those things, okay? So it's like, why is the 10 of Wands being overburdened? Why can't the 10 of Wands be like the top of being passionate? Or the 10 of Swords being the top of communication? Or ideas? Or all of those things, you know? And I had this before, and I was like, you kind of get to about the 2. I was like, not even 2. I'm just trying to think, like, all the swords are kind of like dodgy, you know? All the swords cards. None of the swords cards are good things. But they're all about intellect, and they're all about communication, and they're all about those things. And it's just like, why can't you have good ones of those? Why do they have to always be negative? And this is the kind of feeling that I'm getting, is you have the 9 of Swords, you know, like, I want my sword back. Maybe you're having sleepless nights because you want this passion, you know, and maybe the things that you're doing are not giving you this passion. I know it's a really weird way to read it, but it's like, I'm an air sign, and I want the epitome. I want the top air sign characteristics in my life. I want education, I want communication, I want honesty, I want truth, I want all of those things. Oh, actually, yeah, okay, I can see the 3 of Swords is basically, in this case, I think is pretty much like 2 people are being honest, 1 isn't. Okay, 1 is holding secrets, 2 people are being honest, and the other one isn't. And it could be to do with love, and it could be to do with happiness. I think maybe somebody's telling half-truths. Somebody's telling half-truths in order to keep the peace. is my feeling from this card, which I've never had before, but it's the feeling that I've got now. And I think it's kind of like, I think it's weighing on them, actually. I think it's weighing on them, and that's not great. And that's what's causing the sleepless nights. So that's why the sleepless, yeah, okay, now I understand what you were trying to say to me. That's the song. What's the song? The Van Gogh one from 1970s, I think. Vincent. I don't know what relevance that has. Vincent. Maybe for some of you it's a name. They wouldn't listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they're listening now, is what I'm getting. Maybe you've said something to someone. Maybe you have been honest and this other person hasn't heard you. Okay, and maybe they think you're being dishonest, but actually you've told them in the past. And maybe they're having sleepless nights because they want honesty from you, but you've actually given them honesty already. And they didn't listen. They chose not to listen to you. That's what I'm getting for you. God, that was a roundabout way. I don't think they have a Vincent card in the deck. Okay, Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. Oh my goodness, okay. And then you have Death. Change of something. It may be internal change. I always see the Death card as being kind of internal change, whereas the Tower card is kind of external change. So the cards you have the Nine of Swords, you have the Three of Swords, which we've kind of talked about, but there may be more to come from that already. We have the Six of Wands, we have the Three of Cups and the Page of Cups. We have the Sun and the Queen of Wands. The feeling that I'm getting from that original story this night's because they want the truth, but actually you've already told them the truth. You know, been quite upfront and
honest with them. And in a party situation with the younger water sign and an air sign, okay. And perhaps you're quite happy with the fire sign, and perhaps you told them that. Perhaps you with the fire sign, you find happiness with the fire sign, and you want to leave this other relationship, this long-term relationship. For some of you, you want the truth, and it's giving you sleepless nights because you want triumph, but you haven't told anyone yet yourself. You're telling half-truths. You know, other people are being honest with you, you're telling half-truths, and it may be because you actually want to leave this relationship, and maybe you haven't told either person that either you want to leave or you don't want to leave. You have the Ten of Winter, resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders. Maybe that's a Ten of Swords. In the original story, where basically it's like this person's awaiting at night, or is awake at night because they want the truth. Perhaps giving them the truth at this point, giving them that final sword, will be enough, because we have resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. Maybe they just don't know what's going on, and if you tell them the truth, then basically they will know what's going on. This is the original reading style. What am I doing? I'm not supposed to be reading like this, but I am. So there we go. Okay, then we have the King of Spring, which is the King of Wands. Okay, the King of Wands can be that energy. Okay, the King of Wands is very passionate. if you kind of look at him as the Knight of Wands is very much kind of like he comes in with all his passion and fire and then he's out again. The King of Wands can be a little bit more stable. He can commit to a relationship. But I've just realised I haven't actually got my microphone on. It's on the floor. So let's get it. And I've just been kicking it as well. So you probably just had loads of noise. I do apologise. There we go. Right, it's on now, so it's out of the way, so I won't be kicking it anymore. He can commit to one person, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be okay by his nature. So we have the King of Spring. Innovative, inspiring, wise and theatrical. A financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now. An unexpected supporter of your cause. That could well be you actually showing up in your own reading. And I think it's about taking. It's about providing illumination, I think, that one. Because his wand is kind of lit up at the end, and it's maybe like, you need to give illumination, you need to be the leader here, you basically need to take charge. Which the King of Wands is quite good at doing, actually. He's the one that's going to kind of move forward. And you have the Emperor as well. Now, the Emperor can be quite controlling, okay, he can. But he does it for the right reasons. He has an empire to run. And sometimes he has to make decisions. Well, he always has to make decisions. But sometimes they're decisions that some people don't like. But he will do whatever he has to do. Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organised, a firm but leader. And the universe is asking you at this point to do that, to pull in that King of Wands energy and to actually take charge of the situation. And as I say, this could be a third-party relationship. It may just be working with other people as well. This could be a work reading. It could be a relationship reading, it could be a work reading, it could be working with other people. You have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands tends to be kind of like the Triumph card. It's social standing, it's social success, it's being acknowledged, it's all of those things. And you have the Page of Autumn, dependable, protective, chivalrous and humorous. You may have Earth in your chart, or you may be dealing with someone who has Earth in their chart. Cautious but wise action, attention to detail and kindness to others. I think this is what is going to give you that success, okay, that Six of Wands success. So if we pull those two together, the Emperor to me is always kind of fire sign and Pentacles. He's meant to be a fire sign, but he's always going to have that kind of Pentacles energy because he's the richest man, he is the organizer, he is the stability and security of his empire, he is all that, so he's going to have Pentacles energy in there as well. And I think what you're being asked is to take that kind of King of Wands energy and use it with a little bit of the Pentacles energy, okay, and do this. Cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, kindness to others, okay. So you need to do whatever you're going to do with kindness. The Emperor will always try to be kind, he will always try to be compassionate. We have a firm but compassionate leader. He will always try to do that. And maybe that's what you need to do, is you need to take charge with compassion and kindness at this point and speak your truth. Because this is what will help the other person resolve the issues that they're having. Or you have to ask someone else to do that for you and to speak their truth so that you can resolve the issues that you're having. We have the Page of Cups too. So the Page of Cups and the Page of Autumn could be the same person. You could be dealing with someone who has water and earth in their chart. Okay, and again we have this third party situation, but it could also be celebration as well, which always seems really strange to me. But you have two third party situation cards in your deck. In your reading, you have the Three of Swords and you have the Three of Cups. For some of you, it could well be. But I think for some of you, this Page of Autumn and the Page of Cups is the same person. It's someone who's younger, who has earth and water in their chart. If this is a work one, basically if you resolve the issues, you will have this success. And then you will be able to celebrate, okay? So two very, very different readings here. We have the Prince of Winter, and I'm not entirely sure where it came from. Oh yeah, it's on top of both. The Prince of Winter is, again, he is the Knight of Swords. Okay, so that's the bringing in of the truth and information. It says intellectual, determined, focused and impulsive. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. The need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. We have already been told by the Emperor that you need to use logic and structure to increase your success. And now it's saying seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. So I think basically this is very much about being in your head and taking a logical approach. You have the Three of Autumn, so you have three cards in here. Could well be, okay, third party, but Three of Pentacles doesn't tend to be. Three of Pentacles tends to be about hard work. So maybe whoever this fire sign female is, or maybe this is you kind of being nurturing, being kind, and you're happy. You know, this will bring happiness. The Queen of Energy, the Queen of Energy. It's the energy, okay. It doesn't necessarily, it's, oh God, it sounds really silly. It may be someone who has this energy of the Queen of Wands, okay. The Queen of Wands is she's very busy. She's quite flighty. She can be, she's the organizer, she's all of those things. And I think they're asking you to embody this energy. So she's very organized. No, she's not. She's always very good at organising other people. She kind of like scoots around with a clipboard. She's on the PTA. She's on the kind of fundraising team. She's on the board of directors of the school. She's got 3 jobs. She's decorating her house. She's, you know, bringing up 17 children. She's looking after everyone else's children. She's kind of scatty. She's all those things. I think they're asking you to bring in that energy of being busy and organising people, which is the leader side of it. But my computer keeps freezing. I really hope that it's not freezing at your end as well, okay, because it seems to be going really, really slowly. I've deleted a load of files off here because I had like all my videos on the computer. So I'm hoping it's not freezing at your end as well. So I think what they're asking you is to kind of bring that energy into your life. For some of you, you're just going to be focusing on your career because you have the Three of Autumn. Follow your passion when it comes to your career. You're the best at what you can do, being compensated for your creative talents. For some of you, if it's a third-party situation, it could be happening at work. Okay. And it could be making you really happy. It could be making you really happy. Or you could just be happy just focusing on your work. The thing about taking your swords out is maybe this third party situation, you want to withdraw from it. You don't want any part of it. And you just want to focus on your career. And you just want to focus on money. And that's why you're leaving. You have this 5 of Summer, which says, trust that there is a reason for everything that happens. Remove yourself from the negative emotions of others, focusing on what frightens or worries you. And that takes us back to the 9 of Swords again, which seems to be happening in my readings at the moment. And I think it's kind of like, it's like when you're writing stories with children, you need a beginning, you need a middle, and you need an end. And I think it's going back, and it's the resolution and speaking your truth, withdrawing from this situation if you need to, in order to be successful. There are, apart from the 3 of the Page of Cups and the 3 of Cups, if this is third party, I don't think there's any love there because there are no pentacles apart from that 5 of Summer. And that's saying remove yourself from that. And maybe this is the end of something. And again, you have the 3 of Pentacles. I think for a lot of you, you're just focusing on work because you're trying to build up your money. Okay, that's your reading. Yeah, I think you're trying to build up your money because you have the Hierophant as well, which tends to be about kind of social structures and that kind of thing. So it's like higher education, corporations, all of those things. But I think in this case, it's about the stability and security of it. It's all of the tradition. The reason the Hierophant is because it's quite fixed thinking. it's quite dogmatic thinking, and perhaps you're kind of fixed on a set income. Maybe for some of you, you're fixed on a set income, you're fixed on a certain way of life, and that's what you want, and that's what's your Ten of Pentacles, and you're not going to settle for anything less than that. It's not narrow-minded, but it's having that kind of slightly rigid thinking. It's having that slightly rigid kind of thinking of just like, right, this is what I want. And maybe you're not kind of willing to compromise on it. This is what you need in order to have the Ten of Pentacles. For you, that's your idea of the Ten of Pentacles, and that's what you're working for. And you want security, and you want stability, and you want the long term. And that's what the Hierophant kind of embodies. Right, I'm going to leave you with that, and I will speak to you when I pick the girls up from school, because I'm going to do another video. Okay, take care. Bye.